Om Namah Shivaya. Hi friends, how are you? In this video, we are going to learn about the excitation contraction coupling. Okay, excitation contraction coupling. The action potential from sarcolemma spreads to the interior of the muscle fiber through T tubules and result in calcium release from the cisternae. This cisternae is present in the sarcoplasmic reticulum or endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this increases sarcoplasmic calcium concentration. Calcium diffuses to troponin C and induces muscle contraction through a series of well controlled steps. This is called excitation contraction coupling. The term contraction means attachment of myosin heads to actin and activation of the cross bridge cycle so that force is generated within to shorten the muscle fibers. However, it may not always lead to shortening as occurs in isometric contraction. While lifting a heavy object, shortening occurs, but holding the object at a constant position activates the cross bridge cycles without apparent shortening of the muscle. Sliding filament theory of muscle contraction. In 1957, A.F. Huxley proposed the sliding filament theory of muscle contraction based on the changes observed in the lengths and widths of various bands and zones of the sarcomere. Shortening of muscle fibers occurs due to sliding of thin filaments over thick filaments toward the center of the sarcomere. It was observed that length of A band does not change during contraction, but the H zone and I band decrease in width and Z lines move closer together. Okay, see here guys, length of A band does not change during contraction. H zone and I band decrease in width and the Z lines move closer together. Next, molecular mechanism of muscle contraction. The molecular mechanism of muscle contraction is based on the principle that the sliding motion of filaments occur as a result of a cyclic contraction between myosin cross bridges and actin filaments in the presence of calcium and ATP. This is known as cross bridge theory or Rathke theory, as the strokes are similar to the action of a racket. The force generation and shortening are produced at the cross bridge sites where the chemical energy stored in the muscle is converted into mechanical energy. Next, see here guys, role of troponin, tropomyosin and calcium. Calcium ions provide the most important chemical link in the regulation of muscle protein interactions during the course of excitation contraction coupling. In resting skeletal muscle, cytoplasmic calcium ion concentration is low, which is about 10 power minus 7 m. Okay, 10 power minus 7 molarity in the region of myofilaments. Troponin I. Okay, troponin I is attached to myosin binding site on actin and partially covers the myosin binding site. Rest of myosin binding site is covered by tropomyosin filament. Okay, that means myosin binding site on actin is covered by troponin I and tropomyosin filament. Thus in normal condition, troponin I and tropomyosin inhibits myosin actin interaction. Troponin T is attached to tropomyosin. Each tropomyosin molecule is held in this blocking position by troponin that is bound to both tropomyosin and actin. Thus, the troponin tropomyosin complex behaves as a relaxing protein that prevents undesirable contraction. Next, about the troponin tropomyosin interaction. As described above, subsequent to propagation of action potential along the sarcolemma and down the T tubules, calcium is released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum and calcium concentration rises to 10 power minus 7 to 10 power minus 4 molarity in the sarcoplasm, which accounts for about 1000-fold rise of the calcium ion. Calcium binds to troponin C and induces a conformational change in the troponin molecule. This results in shifting of troponin I from the actin filament, allowing tropomyosin to move deeper into the actin groove. We call that unmasking myosin binding sites. Moreover, the conformational change alters the troponin. The conformational change alters the position of troponin T that drags tropomyosin away from the myosin binding sites. The exposure of the binding sites allow myosin heads to interact with the actin and engage in cross-bridge cycling. Thus, the troponin-tropomyosin complex regulates the contraction of skeletal muscle. As the regulation of contractile process by calcium is implemented through the actin filaments, we call this as actin-linked regulation. Next, role of calcium. An increase in cytoplasmic calcium concentration triggers the contractile process by removing the inhibition on cross-bridge cycling. On the contrary, decrease in cytoplasmic calcium concentration leads to detachment of calcium from troponin that reverses the process and turns off contractile activity. In skeletal muscle, increase in cytosolic calcium in response to a single action potential is usually sufficient to saturate all troponin binding sites on actin filament. At a calcium concentration of 10 power minus 4 molarity, there is a full force development and the contractile system is fully saturated. With further increase in concentration, there is only small increase in the force. Whereas in cardiac and smooth muscle, the amount of calcium regulates the degree of actin-myosin interaction as the contractile system is only partially saturated under normal conditions. Okay guys, this is about the excitation contraction coupling. If you like my explanation, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe and don't miss the notifications. Thanks for watching.